Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Another adventure. Today I'm working on a 16 by 16 birchwood canvas once again. It's a resin piece and I have prepared my resin mixture with the hardener 1-to-1 ratio. I love using the Nick Pro versus art resin, which works well also, but the art resin is actually about 3 to 4 times the price of Nick Pro. Not that that's a deterrent if it works really well, and some artists just love working with it. I have worked with it, but I like the Nick Pro here. So I'm working with this. And today I thought I would do a ring pour, and I'll be using a 3-sectioned cup. And before I begin, I want to just blow out using the heat gun some bubbles. No matter how long you stir it or whatever the directions might be, you're always going to have bubbles in your resin, so you want to make sure that you blow those out or torch them out in the process. So I just put a little bit in the center, again just doing a ring pour on this birchwood canvas, and I'll be using Baltic Day epoxy resin pigment paste that I added to that resin mixture, and I used a red, a gold, white, and purple. Originally I thought it was going to be black, but my eyesight failed me and the lighting wasn't great, so I wound up with a purple rather than a black, red, white, gold composition. But I'm hoping it works out. So just doing this ring pour. Love the feathery effects that are happening here. The gold is really showing through, so I'm glad that it worked out. I do have 4 colors, so what I did is I put the red on the outer part, and then the purple is by itself as well, but I took the white and separated it with the black so that I would have those 4 colors, but in a 3-sectioned cup. So just trying to get this ring down, and I love what the white is doing. It's almost a cloud effect. So it's working out really well so far. How's everyone doing? Hope you're well. Thank you so much once again for joining me. That always happens. Try as I might to stop that flow of the resin from dripping. I just want to take the heat gun to it. Again, just getting rid of some additional bubbles. As I said, they will continue to form in that resin mixture. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful, beautiful weather. It is a glorious day today. I'm calling it Maycember because it's been rather chilly, where you usually have the 70-degree weather. It's been like 50. Alright, I want to just let it sit for a couple of seconds, and I'm trying to decide if I want to, I gotta clean up my area. Alright, so I'm going to spin, trying to expand. I had leveled this off, but as it's on the turntable, it shifted a little bit. And obviously I can't level it now, so I'm going to make the best of it. Just gonna tilt and spin and just let it sit and see what happens. Love the feathery effect that is going on here, but I fear I did not place enough resin on that canvas to actually have it stretch. Where I have done pours before with the resin versus the acrylic pours where you're, stretch or tilt or put it on that turntable. Here I did not have enough resin down as my base, so it's not flowing right now. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more around that diameter of that circle, and see if that will help. I noticed I did not have any more of clear resin or enough of it, so I've taken this 3-section cup, and this time I'm just doing the gold, black, and red. And I think I want to go around the outer part and just do a dirty pour or traveling cup pour of sorts, and little rings. I have done the little ring things. I don't know what else to call them, but I've done those before, and I really love the effects that they uh, put or bring to the canvas. So I'm going to try that here, and it's probably a little bit darker, but I think I'm just going to try blending it a little bit and see what happens, just to try to bring the composition together, and hopefully it works out. So let me remove my cup and just gonna play with the colors. A little finger painting today. I'm just trying to get that center to flow, but I fear using the darker colors will definitely affect the composition as I had initially thought. As I said, it's been an interesting morning for me. Would love what it's doing in that corner, that gold and the lavender with the red. It's almost celestial quality to it. Really nice. Just want to touch up my sides with that resin so that everything is covered. And again, just using my fingers and allowing my fingertips to feel. It will be smooth if it's covered. You'll feel that resistance if it's not, so you just go back over it. All right, just going along the sides once again. It's almost translucent on the sides, and I'm okay with that. But that corner is just so pretty. Love the effect of that golden red, and it's actually being created in the corners where I am blending those colors together. And here I thought I was just going to use it as, extra resin to glide what's on the inner part, that ring pour. But I'm actually loving the effects that have been created here. So let me just finish this up and continue. I'm noticing the lacing that's going on here. It's really very pretty. Let me know what you think. I really value your comments, your feedback. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Right, so it does look a little bit more stark in the center, that ring pour, versus what's going on the outer part. But up close or in real time, it actually isn't. It does have a connective quality to it. So I'm real excited to see what else we can create here. Again, just trying to finish this up, making sure I do cover the sides, even though the resin will continue to flow as it levels itself off and come down those sides. And I will be addressing those, just going in and cleaning off underneath, just like you would do in an acrylic or fluid art pour, making sure that you stop the flow of the paint, in this case resin, so the composition doesn't get pulled down along the sides. Alright, so I'm thinking if I want to tilt or turn it. Once again, really liking what's going on right there. It's really, really pretty. So let me just try stretching it for a little bit. And take you on this magic journey with me. Love the lacing that's going on as I'm expanding this, tilting it. It's actually creating more cells and lacing effects. Really pretty. I think I want to stretch it out and bring down some of that, the last ring pours I did, but I want to deconstruct the center where those drips wound up being strays, just to have it be more uniform. As I said, some of that resin, colored resin, just dripped off in excess. I'm trying to figure out a way how not to get that. Yep, there it goes again. I think maybe using a little plastic tool of some sort might help here. But the resin is very forgiving, so I know that a lot of it will just be reabsorbed into those voids, so I'm not too concerned about it. But I do think I may just try deconstructing a little bit more here. Um, Try and expand the lacing, but I'm not really sure if it's working. I'll try a little finger painting here and see. Let me know what you think. It's almost flame-like. And the outer part in certain areas has a flame-like quality to it, but I'm not really sure if that's where I want to go with this. So I'm going to try stretching it, I think, a little bit more. Love, as I said, what I did with the addition of the that smaller 3-sectioned cup. So I'm trying to get some of this excess off and bring that down a little bit here. And that resin is flowing off a little bit more. I am wearing my mask. If I hadn't said it before, taking precautions, make sure you do the same. All right, so just expanding it out. Notice there is a lot of resin coming out. I'm trying to catch it into my tray, that excess, and hopefully create another tray, which I had done before from the extra resin, so it's not to waste too much. But let's see how it goes. Stretching it out, trying to, I don't know, just bring some of that, the beauty of what was created at that top with that dirty pour, the traveling cup I did. It's coming together, so I'm liking the composition. Let me know what you think. It's just really, really pretty. It's almost like ocean waves, but in lavender and red, with foam, sea foam almost, against what's going on at the top, that gold and the purple. And the rose or the red there is a little bit more muted, so there's a little bit more of the purple and gold that's coming through, and it's really pretty. So I do think I'm going to heat up, get rid of, again, some additional bubbles. I find that if I don't do that frequently, at least every 5 minutes after all is said and done, I do wind up with some dimpling, and I want to avoid that because then I'd have to go in and sand down the work and try to re-resin it, and it's always easier to just get it done the first time around. So I'm hoping it works out here as well, because I'm really loving this. So I hope there are no dimples or puckers or imperfections on it, and always keep it covered. I found out yesterday while I was working on a piece that I did not cover too well, that I wound up with some dust particles on a little mat. So that one was destroyed. So I want to make sure that I'm covering this up. I use just an empty box that I put on top. I also have netting for the smaller pieces. So either will work. Again, just making sure you're covering up your work really well, and just check on it every 5 minutes or so, blowing out the bubbles with the heat gun or torch. Either will work. Just want to make sure I get them all. Trying to get it eye level once again. Making sure that they are illuminated. And it really does, again, it doesn't really matter the resin and hardener that you use so much, and stirring it, following the directions. You're going to get bubbles regardless. So it's always important to just go in and get rid of those, eliminate them. So just trying to do that here, making sure my sides are touched up as well. And I think it works. Just want to spin. Let me know what you think. My new adventure, my journey. Just working a lot with resin lately. Love the creations. And just when I thought, I don't know if pours are going to be the same as when I do acrylics, but they seem to be working out rather well. So I'm liking this journey, and I thank you for joining me. Right, so just real pretty flow to this. And there again, I'm just getting almost that foam from the sea or the ocean. Only here it's more ethereal, surreal, where we've got that. It is red, though it looks mauve here, and the purple, which is lavender, here where those waves are, the ripple effects almost of the ocean. And then at the top is that backdrop where it's a deeper uh, purple because it mixed in with that black, and I think that is what's going on here. But the gold is showing through there, and it's also being picked up in the waves. So it's really, really pretty. All in all, I think it was a happy little mistake where, no, it was not black, purple and the red and gold, I meant to say. Definitely not black. But it worked out really well. I'll be very anxious to know what you think. Just want to take off my gloves and take you in for a close-up. And just give it one more little pop with my heat gun. Once again, trying to really make sure I get those bubbles this time. I don't take any chances. I want to make sure I eliminate them now so that the composition will not be affected once it is dry. It's turning out to be a real pretty day, so I can't wait. I'm going to finish this up and then enjoy this beautiful weather. And I hope you do the same. Once we get rid of the Maycember, I'm calling it, because it seems to be at 54 degrees. And I'm not expecting that. It is June, so summer is here. I lost my hat along the way, but I want you to just see what's going on. The beauty of this piece really surprised me today. Those ocean waves, sea foam, crashing on a red or mauve shore. I'm okay with that. If I want to take it another step, it's almost like a crowd, that purple and red and some of that gold along the bottom part toward you. It's almost like the shadows of perhaps a crowd watching the ocean, a surreal sort of feel to it. Really, really pretty. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be good to one another and yourselves.